So we are here with the program director of the new LLM program in Alternative Dispute Resolutions, Dr. Aisling Parks. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us and tell us a bit more about the program that will be starting at UCC this September in 2024. So would you be able to tell us where the idea of creating a new academic program came from and who is it tailored for the program?
Thanks, Zita. So the new LLM ADR is actually designed to, I suppose, cater for a very extensive and growing area, which is alternative dispute resolution. So that embraces methods such as negotiation, mediation, arbitration, and many others. And this new master's program is really tailored towards what is essentially a growing profession, both nationally and internationally. At national level, we have had changes in legislation which reflect the fact that this is a really growing area. We have the Mediation Act of 2017, and we also have legislation in the areas of arbitration. And I think it's really, really important that we have a master's program that caters for this profession, equips, I suppose, future professionals and students in this area.
Mm-hmm. And what would you say make the program here at UCC unique, perhaps at the national or even international level? What makes it stand apart from other programs that are currently available?
So within Ireland, I suppose it's the first master's programme in law in this area of alternative dispute resolution. Whilst there are other programmes nationally, none of them are a master's in law. So I think that's really, really important, because when we talk about alternative dispute resolution, ultimately we're talking about alternatives to litigation. And I suppose students will have the benefit of exposure to leading academics and scholars in not only in areas in law but also in alternative dispute resolution. So I think that's really unique and really important. And I suppose it's really important to mention the fact that we also have some highly regarded adjunct professors in law who practice in the area of alternative dispute resolution, in arbitration, mediation, and the students will have the benefit of accessing those professionals and being able to network with people who work in the field.
Mm-hmm. It's fascinating, and it's so prestigious program coming to UCC. So we are delighted to see it starting this year. What type of students or what type of professionals or perhaps prospective students you think might be interested in applying to the program? Who is it designed for specifically?
And that's a really important question. So not only is the program geared towards our recent graduates in law, but it's also open to non-law graduates, and I suppose those who are working in areas that alternative dispute resolution methods are used on a daily basis. So for example, we have state agencies which, so An Garda Síochána, TUSLA, where this type of mechanism and I suppose insights into these types of alternative methods of resolving disputes would be extremely important and beneficial. But in addition to that, I suppose what's really important to know is that this program is not just academic in nature. It is very much focused on skills development, and those skills are transferable to a litany of professions. So, we could look at the healthcare sector, construction, HR, so it would actually benefit a wide range of professionals who don't necessarily have to have an academic background in law per se.
Mm-hmm. And would there be an option for, let's say, if I work full time, would there be an option for me to perhaps study it at a part-time mode, or is there a requirement to enroll in the full-time study program?
Again, that's another very important question, Zita. When we designed this program, we were thinking mainly of, not just of graduates, but we were thinking of professionals and how to make this program accessible to them. So actually there are full-time and part-time options. And that is for the masters, but also we have a postgraduate diploma. So that would enable students to pick, modules that suit their own professional calendar, but also they can, divide it out over a period of time, and they will be able to get their qualification in the end.
Okay, and that's actually another question that I would like to ask, and that's in regards to the career possibilities and perhaps the employability upon completion of this program. So this will certainly be of interest to prospective students. Where is the degree, where is the program going to leave me upon graduation, and perhaps how is it going to enhance my career prospects in the future?
Again, another very important question. I suppose it's very important to point out that this master's program in law is not just academic in nature, but it's also of a professional nature, in the sense that it is very much based on skills development as well as academic and theoretical underpinnings of same. But in terms of who it targets in terms of the professions, not only are we looking at people who might want to dual qualify, so you might have, for example, legal professionals who decide they want to also practice as mediators. You might have people who are mediators who want to qualify as arbitrators. And negotiation, which is a core skill in terms of alternative dispute resolution, is actually extremely important for legal professionals. And for all of us, actually, in our everyday lives, we negotiate all the time, so I think that's extremely important. The other thing to mention is that one of the modules, which is currently part of the degree, is accredited by the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, and it is anticipated that one of the modules in mediation will also be accredited by a mediation organisation in Ireland. So I think that's, they're really important takeaways, not just having the master's qualification itself in law, but also having these accreditations as well from highly prolific bodies in the Irish context.
Thank you for all the information. Is there anything else you would like to share with prospective students who might be considering applying to the program, or who perhaps are not too sure? They are interested in the general theme, but they are not sure whether UCC, Cork, or Ireland is the right choice for them. Is there anything you would want to share with students in this position?
Yes, I mean, UCC is an incredibly beautiful campus. It is an extremely supportive environment. There are lots of supports for students, both who come from within Ireland and outside of Ireland. Applicants to date have come from a range of international jurisdictions as well as from within Ireland. So countries such as Nigeria, Pakistan, India, Ecuador, there is a huge interest in this particular program. And I think, coming to UCC is a world-renowned university. We're highly ranked in the QS rankings within the top 100. And I think, that's extremely important. We have leading scholars in a variety of areas in the School of Law in UCC. We have specialisms in business, in child and family law, and obviously in alternative dispute resolution itself, and I think that's really, really important, as well as in a range of other areas. But students will have the benefit of engaging with leading scholars in the field, and I think that's really, really important. And I think, just the student experience within UCC is amazing. Having been a student myself here, obviously I might be a bit biased, but I think it is an amazing campus. And as I said, there are lots of supports both within the law school and outside the law school within the university that will really benefit students.